Hello everybody, my name is Professor Nikhil Verma, and as you all know, I teach all corporate accounting. We are currently in the first module, which is valuation of goodwill. In the previous video we understood how to solve the illustrations based on average profits and simple average profits and weighted average profits. So today we are going to discuss and solve a couple of illustrations on how to solve problems when they give an adjustment, when they give you a few adjustments to be made to the profits that were mentioned before. Okay. Usually what happens is there are some misappropriations that take place because of which these adjustments come up. Okay. And in order to find out the right value of goodwill of the business, we will have to rectify those mistakes and then find out the right profits, and when we find the correct profits, we get the correct value of goodwill. I'll just read through the problem and then we can start solving it. Amok Limited offers to purchase the business carried on by Messrs Arpita. So Messrs Arpita is the business that is selling to Amok Limited. For this purpose, the goodwill of the business is agreed to be valued at 2 years purchase of the simple average profits of the past 4 years. So they are saying that goodwill will be 2 years purchase of simple average profits. So this problem is based on simple average profits. They have mentioned 4 years profit here: 24,000, 40,000, 28,000 and 53,250. I have already mentioned it here. We'll see the adjustments that they have given. On scrutiny of the accounts, the following matters were revealed. The closing stock of 2013 was undervalued by 2,000. On 1/1/2014, a major repair was made to plant, incurring rupees 8,000, which was charged to revenue instead of capitalizing it. It is now agreed to capitalize the said amount for the purpose of valuation of goodwill, subject to the adjustment of depreciation at 10% on reducing balance method. That means this 8,000 that they have mentioned in revenue accounts should be capitalized and should be removed from P&L account, and once it is capitalized, capitalizing means showing it in your assets. Once this will be reflecting in the value of your asset, you will have to charge depreciation on this amount on reducing balance method. To cover the management cost, an annual charge of 4,000 should be made for the purpose of valuation of goodwill. What they are telling is, going forward, that is from 2015 onwards, that is 2016, 17 and so on and so forth, every year there is going to be an annual charge of 4,000 which will be incurred because of the management cost. They are giving the reason as management cost. Now what it means is, because they are going to incur this 4,000 rupees charge every year annually going forward, they now want to check what will be the adjusted profits if the same has been applied in all the previous years too. Okay, that means we have to reduce the profits on all the years by 4,000. We have to calculate the value of goodwill of the business. So in order to find out the value of business, we have to find out first simple average profits. In order to find out the simple average profits, we are first supposed to fix these adjustments and find out the value of profits. That value of profits will be called as adjusted profit. That is our first step, calculation of adjusted profit. And we will go point wise. So the first point is talking about the closing stock being undervalued by 2,000. So what do you mean by undervaluation of closing stock, guys? Let's try to illustrate it here so that you guys understand. Suppose if the closing stock was, let's say, as valued at rupees 2,000. But in the accounting books, they have not mentioned any amount. That is called undervaluation. Let's say 10,000 was the actual original value of the stock, but while mentioning it in the books of accounts, for some reason they have mentioned only 8,000. That means they have mentioned 2,000 less. I'm sorry. Now what will happen because of this? What happens if the stock are undervalued by 2,000? Let's see. We'll mention 2,000 rupees here and see. You see, the profit has now increased by 2,000. Similarly, if there is a reduction in closing stock by 2,000, let's see what happens. So we'll do minus 2,000, which will become 0. you see the profit reduced. That means in the year 2013 the profit was reduced by 2000 because of undervaluation of closing stock. Sorry, rest of the years will be nil. This 2013. See, so what has happened because of undervaluation of closing stock? The profits have been undervalued by 2000. So in order to rectify it, in order to make that correction, we have to add 2000 rupees to the profits of 2013. So this will become 42,000. This should have been the profit in the books of accounts. But now that we have made the correction, we will move forward. The rest of the years will remain will remain unchanged. Now guys, that the undervaluation of closing stock has affected the profits of 2013, it is certain that the opening stock of 2014 will also affect the profits of the year 2014, because the closing stock of 2013 will be carried forward to 2014 as opening stock. Now closing stock and opening stock have an inverse relation. Closing stock is mentioned on the credit side of the P&L account, and opening stock is mentioned on the debit side. What do you think will be the impact of undervaluation of closing stock? If closing stock is undervalued, that means it is going to increase the profits. Now that the opening stock is undervalued, you have to rectify it. In order to rectify it, you have to reduce the value of undervaluation, which is 2000. In simple terms, how do you remember it is? If you have added closing stock, then you will reduce the opening stock from the next year. Okay, 24,000, 42,000. This will become 26,000. Is it 28 minus 2,000? This will be carried forward as it is, the rest of them. So that is how you treat the stock. Just remember that either it is overvaluation of or undervaluation of opening stock or closing stock. There will be two entries. One for the opening stock or closing stock of that year, and the other one will be opening stock or closing stock of the next year or the previous year, depending on what they have given. In this case, they have given undervaluation of closing stock, so next year's opening stock has been affected. If they would have given undervaluation of opening stock of 2013, then closing stock of 2012 would have been affected. Sorry. Let's move on to the next point. The next point is on 1/1/2014. So at the start of the financial year of 2014, a major repair was made to plant, incurring rupees 8,000, which was charged to revenue. That means in the P&L account they have shown here to repairs to plant. Now what will it do to the gross profit, so to the net profit? The net profit is certainly going to be reduced, right? If gross profit is 20,000, approximately, we are just taking I'm sorry, we are just taking a number so that you find out how it works. The net profit would be 12,000. Let's take the profit for that, gross profit for that year. Profit for 2014 is 28,000. So let's take 28,000 here. The gross profit was 28,000. They have mentioned the repairs to plant in P&L account, which was supposed to be capitalized. That means it was supposed to show to be shown as a capital expenditure and an addition to the assets. Okay. That means now our net profit is 20,000. What would you think will happen if you remove this? If you remove this, the net profit is going to increase, and we are supposed to remove it because it is supposed to be capitalized now. see this, see the second line here. It is now agreed to capitalize the said amount for the purpose of valuation of goodwill, subject to the adjustment of depreciation. We'll see this depreciation later. First, we will add reversal of repairs. I'm sorry. Major repairs to plant wrongly treated as revenue now being adjusted. This is how you will have to write it, and this is for the year 2014. So we are adding 8,000 to the profits because we are reversing that entry. Okay, so 26 plus 8, 34,000. The rest of the things will remain the same. Now let us read about depreciation. Now what they are saying is, since you are converting it into a capital asset, since you are capitalizing this repair and you are mentioning it in the assets, that means there will be depreciation. The rest of the depreciation on plant is already taken care of. We just have to worry about this 8,000 that we are newly adding in assets. So we'll solve a working note. Working note number 1, calculation of depreciation. Depreciation will be charged at 10% per annum on reducing balance method. From when this will be charged? From 2014 onwards. So that means it will come to 2015 as well. Why we are taking only 2014 is because this major repair was made in the year 2014. And since it was done in January, that is January 1st, we are going to take it as full year because they have not mentioned us what is the financial year for this company. So we'll take 1st January as the start of financial year. Now value of asset and depreciation. Value of asset is 8,000 in 2014. Now depreciation will be charged at 10%. So depreciation for 2014 will be 800, and since it is reducing balance method, we have to reduce the value of asset for 2015, and on that we will charge 10%. See, we have reduced the value of the plant by by repairs to plant as in by 800. So now the value of asset will be 7,200. 10% of that will be 720. Now we'll have to charge depreciation on plant at 10% on reducing balance method. This will apply only from 2014. So we'll charge depreciation 800 here, and in 2015 we'll charge 720. Okay, this is wrong. This should be 24,000, 42,000, 53, 520. So this will again be 24,000, 42,000 calculated. Okay, now we are done with the second adjustment as well. Now let us move on to the third adjustment. The third adjustment says, to cover the management cost, an annual charge of rupees 4,000 should be made for the purpose of valuation of goodwill. Now what this means is, going forward there will be a new expense, a new charge of rupees 4,000 that will be charged annually, which is considered as management cost. Now this 4,000 will be incurred every year going forward. So what they want to do is, they want to apply this charge in the previous years and try to analyze what will be their profit then. Now if we mention this charge, our profits will have to be reduced. So we will show these charges as management cost, and we will reduce the amount mentioned in that adjustment in all the years. Just remember, management cost will have to be reduced from all the years. Okay, so let us find out the value of adjusted profits. For the first year, that is 2012, the adjusted profit is 20,000. For 2013 the adjusted profit is 38,000. For 2014 it is 29,200, and 2015 it is 48,800. Now that we have found out the adjusted profits, we will have to find out simple average adjusted profits. That is, we will have to find out the average of these profits. The formula for that is total adjusted profits divided by number of years. That means total of these profits divided by number of years. Years will be 4, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So years will be 4. Let us see what will be the value. We have to add all the adjusted profits and then divided by 4. 34,000. So our simple average profit is 34,000. I hope you guys have understood what we have done here. We have calculated the total adjusted profit. If you don't want to get confused, we will find out adjusted profits here. Total adjusted profits is nothing but sum of profits, adjusted profits of all the years. So 1,36,000 divided by 4, you are going to get 34,000. Okay. Now that we have found out the value of simple average adjusted profit, let us find out the value of goodwill. The formula for value of goodwill is simple average adjusted profits into number of years purchased. So our simple average adjusted profit is 34,000. Now goodwill is how many years purchase? Say this. Agreed to be valued at 2 years purchase of simple average profits. So we will do multiplied by 2. So the value of goodwill is 68,000. Okay. I just hope guys you have understood this. Okay. We will solve one more problem. That will be on weighted average profits. I will be giving you one problem for you to practice in the house. I'll just read that problem out for you. You guys have to make a note of that problem. That is illustration number 8. So this is the problem that you'll have to practice in your house and try to see if you understand this. Okay. From the following information, calculate goodwill at 2 years purchase of average profits of past 5 years. So they have given profits of 5 years. While calculating the above profit, loss of fire of rupees 8,000 and capital expenditure on purchase of loose tools worth rupees 6,000 were debited to profit and loss account of 11 and 12 and 12-13 respectively. What this sentence means is, while these profits were calculated, loss by fire was mentioned in P&L account of 2011 and 12, and purchase of loose tools of rupees 6,000 was mentioned in the P&L account of 12 and 13 respectively. So 8,000 will go in 11 and 12 and 6,000 will be associated with 12-13. Okay, don't get confused. Loss by fire, it doesn't happen every now and then. It is a capital loss. It is not a revenue loss, so it can't be shown in P&L account. And since this was shown in the P&L account, this has adversely affected your profits. That means it has reduced your profit for that financial year, which means you have to add it back to the profit to rectify it. Similarly, purchase of loose tools is an asset. Loose tools are assets and they need not be shown in the P&L account. By showing this in P&L account, it is shown as an expense, which has further reduced your profits in the financial year 12 and 13. So you have to make that correction. That means you will have to add it back to the profits of 2012 and 13. And a capital receipt of 10,000 was credited to P&L account of 14-15. What this means is, there was a capital receipt, there was a capital revenue which cannot be shown in the P&L account, was credited to the P&L account of 14-15, which has increased your profit for that financial year. To rectify it, you are supposed to reduce it from that financial year. So I expect you guys to practice it in the house, and you can contact me if you have any doubts. Okay.